Greetings, Earthlings. It's been quite a while since I've been in front of the camera for a video. There's been a few changes since my last appearance. I scrapped my car, bought a bike, and that's what this is about. Being a born-again cyclist. It's been a long time since I'd ridden a bike, maybe 20 or more years. I actually got rid of my last bike quite a few years ago. It's an old rally I bought in about 1979 in Manchester, I think it was. That got around a bit. Did quite a bit of cycling around Manchester in the city centre, work and back, and days out here and there, Peak District, Lancashire coast. I did actually put it on a plane and send it to America when I was living over there. And where else did it go? It spent a few years in Finland when I was living over there, riding in the snow and the ice and the cold. Certainly not a fair weather cyclist. But anyway, the middle of March, the car I had had for 12 and a half years decided to play up in a very expensive way. So a couple of days later I decided to scrap it and I bought a bike. And I've been absolutely loving it ever since. It's great. As it's been quite a while since I'd ridden, I had to build up very slowly, 10 miles, 15, 20 miles, 30 miles. So far I've got up to 64 miles and that was a bit of a mistake. The last 4 miles I was struggling a bit. But it's great to be out and about on a bike again, exploring, doing some bird watching on my bike and wildlife photography. That is the main reason why I did get the bike, so I can carry on doing the wildlife photography and bird watching. That's important to me. I didn't want to be stuck with just being a walker. On a bike I can go much further and much faster. I was limited to about 20 miles walking. Well, yeah, it's not bad that. But on a bike I can go to several local nature reserves all in the same day instead of just doing the one, which I would do if I was walking. So all in all, I'm loving it. Get yourself a bike. Now then, I should show you it. Don't go away. All right then, there it is. It's a hybrid. It's not a mountain bike. It's not a road bike. It's a sort of go anywhere bike. And I put some knobbly tyres on so I can go off-road down the gravel roads. It's had a fair old bit of use already. I'm up to about 1,200 miles, I think, since I bought it at the end of March. Got a helmet. I've got one pannier with me today. I do have a second one at home, which I use when I'm going out for a photo shoot. So I'll load up the other pannier with all my camera gear. Got a little bag for the tools, and spare inner tube. I'll tell you what, bikes have changed so much since I bought one in 1979. Even bicycle pumps have shrunk, about half the size of what they used to be. And bike computer? Who the hell had a bike computer in 1979? Good fun. Not needed, but good fun. And the red flasher on the back. And a hell of a lot more gears than I ever had in the past. I think my previous two touring bikes, I had 5 gears and 10 gears. This has got 16, including a granny gear for getting up those steep hills. Cycling has changed so much since the 1970s, when I used to do a lot, and even in the 1990s I was still cycling quite a lot. But it has changed so much. The bikes especially, they all used to be steel, now they are aluminium if you're a poor sod like me, and carbon fibre if you've got loads of money and don't know what else to do with it. And of course you need lots of clothing to go with it. I'm just wearing what I've got. Some old running gear. I did buy a shirt, you know, just to wick the sweat away, but so much expensive lycra gear. Cycling shorts, cycling jerseys, oh, they look great. And yeah, if you want that kind of stuff, go get it. I'm just making do, because I do a lot of walking as well when I'm out cycling. Lycra and cycling shoes are not for me. I've got an old pair of shoes which I was sent, when was it sent? Oh, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I was trying to run again, and buddy Dave Dial over in Texas, he sent me a pair of shoes, trail running shoes, and I use them for cycling. Great. I think one of the things to think about when taking up cycling again in this country is the safety. There's a hell of a lot more cars on the road, not just cars, big lorries and whatever, a hell of a lot more than there used to be in 1979. So gotta think safe. That's why I've got the high vis on. That's why I've got the red flasher on the back of the bike, and something to be careful about, and the helmet. But one of the great things that our Prime Minister has done is to give priority to pedestrians and cyclists on the roads. So I have found that the vast majority of motorists now do give us a wide berth. I ride on my own, and they go out of their way to avoid it. Might be different for you know, a big crowd of cyclists, and some of the drivers might get a bit peed off when they have to pass a dozen cyclists who are taking up the whole lane. But anyway, I go on the little back road, so there's not a lot of traffic anyway. Go for miles sometimes without any, and it's lovely. Can't beat it. I wouldn't want to ride in the cities anymore. I used to ride in central Manchester and over in Finland, but in Finland, bike paths everywhere, and it's absolutely wonderful over there to ride. You know, there's other countries as well with great setups for cycling. Netherlands especially, of course. But I think a lot of places in Europe have got them. It's great. We need them here. But I've been using Ordnance Survey maps to plot my routes and just discover little back roads and byways and bridleways which I can ride on away from traffic. And hopefully in the not too distant future I'll do some videos down a couple of the cycle trails which I've been using a few times in recent weeks since I found out about them, and they're great. I absolutely love them. So hopefully, if I continue doing this video, I'll get down those trails and I'll show you them. You know, one of the important things I need to learn how to do is ride one-handed while videoing myself riding the bike. When I first got this bike, it'd been so long since I'd ridden the bike, it took me 2 or 3 days to really sort of feel back at home again on a bike. Balance just wasn't there. Now I'm trying this down a very narrow, bumpy country lane, and there's no traffic, I hope, so I wouldn't try it on a busy road, and I'm struggling. I might have to get an action cam and have it mounted on the handlebars or something, otherwise I'll be having a bad accident before I learn how to do this. But I have seen other people riding along, you know, big YouTubers riding along, looking at the camera, not a care in the world. They've been doing it for years. I don't know how they do it. Respect. Don't do it on a busy road though. You get killed. Certainly around here. All right, that's enough of that before I crash. Oh, useless.